There's a little game called Palworld.
Yeah.
And we have talked about Palworld on the show in the past when the couch was facing this way. And I gave a little presentation on our Patreon about the controversies with Palworld.
We're young and sideways.
And the original controversy with Palworld was that it seemed to be ripping off Pokemon designs. And this was a well-founded belief because you could take certain models from Palworld, you could overlay them with the models of Pokemon. It's fairly trivial to extract these models from the various games that they're in. There was also a lawsuit, though it wasn't exactly for this sort of plagiarism. I think it was for something else. And one of those lawsuits is like being ruled on in a few months, I think. But Palworld as a mechanically unique game from Pokemon, which it is. I played it when it came out. I thought it was like, I thought it was interesting.
Tickled the ivories.
I played a bunch of hours of it and I was like, okay, cool. You know,
it was by far a better than average crafting survival game in the genre.
And with a monster collecting bent, maybe that's all you need to do
very niche,
to be successful. It sold very well. The thing though was that Palworld was only in like beta type thing. And so they've like fundamentally changed the game. They fundamentally, quite literally changed the mechanics and the way the game works. And they've also changed a bunch of the designs of the PALs in preparation for their version 1.0 release, which just happened. And it, I believe, was successful by all metrics. They had 850,000 concurrent players on Steam.
Which, I mean, for people wondering, that is fucking huge. Yeah. Successful, like, big releases will simmer down to like 20 to 50,000.
Yeah. So, you know, in your release window, getting that, and not to mention, this is a game that theoretically hundreds of thousands of people have already played to some extent, and being able to revitalize that interest with your new pitch, it reminds me of like No Man's Sky.
It actually, you're right. This is a very, very similar story where like the impact and success that the product is now having a little later on is over time eclipsing any conversation.
Sure.
Like, people talk about No Man's Sky now in a way that makes me feel old for associating that name with the drama.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Oh, it launched kind of like weird. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
To most people, No Man's Sky is a awesome game that gives you free updates constantly.
So they are not free from controversy just yet. And this one's funny to me, but I don't want to share my own opinions just quite yet because I don't want to poison the well. I've prepared a few entrees of Discourse for you on the menu.
Boy, Garçon, bring me a blue check account with a terrible post.
Here you go. I've been holding that for 45 minutes. I hope it's warm.
But wait, they've given a hot take, but they used the wrong spelling of your. I'm going to go ahead and reply.
Palworld 1.0 has a new legendary pal. This is their first legendary as far as I know. And he's been spotted, and his name is Panthalus.
He looks like the mighty Tolkien.
Yeah, in its endless connectivity with the Na'vi.
What are your thoughts here?
Well, Gorsh, there's I mean, I'm not like a big Pokemon fan, you know. Of course. What do I know? It's kind of like a big guy. That's
kind of like a big whale.
Legendary kind of like
legendary whale
type. But again, you know, I forget about that stuff because I am a grown-up, not a baby like you two that play
of course.
game.
That's true, yeah.
What is its name?
Well, I'll let Peep say
it's Kyogre. It's Kyogre, and also kind of Rayquaza.
Okay,
a little bit.
Okay. So that's the thing. So the discourse is that this just looks like Kyogre. What's funny about it is that when people say this looks like Kyogre, to me, I go, that evokes Kyogre. Yeah. That is evoking Kyogre to me. I'm not saying that is a one-to-one with Kyogre.
There's same with the mighty Tolkien. It's not a one-to-one.
There's a lot of like, of all animals, not a lot of dimensions to a whale. It's mostly smooth side.
So, yeah, I mean, you are hitting on one of the elements of the discourse.
Yeah, it is just a whale, you know, but the markings are very much primal Kyogre even. But I think my thing with the whole, because this was the original Discourse with Palworld also, where it looks like Pokemon. Oh, but you can only do so much with a rabbit, you know.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 between yes, there is only so much you can do with certain animals, versus certain features that are almost copy and paste with some pals,
Yes.
which I know they've updated a lot.
Yes, and they have, and in response to a lot of that controversy.
But also sometimes they just take like 2 Pokemon and put them together, and they're like, well, that's our own thing.
I'm sort
Yeah.
of, maybe this was the conclusion that we came to last time, or at least I thought last time. I'm very much of the mindset that like it is different when you shoplift from Walmart and for then a mom and pop corner shop
Sure.
and bars. And I don't care if they stole it from Nintendo completely. I also don't think they are stealing completely. Oh, because they don't look, they're not identical. That's, obviously. But it's one of those like it's kind of a classic internet legal getting tied up with ethical getting tied up with artistic.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm not waiting on the court to tell me whether or not this is like corny, like not chill.
I think that my issue creatively with the Palworld pals is that the starting point is clearly Pokemon. And Pokemon's starting point is not usually Pokemon. It's mythical things or whatever. And so clearly Palworld has been trying to change their designs such that they are not one-to-one with Pokemon. And despite the fact that it's clear that the inspiration is very strong in the designs of some of the pals. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying some, especially the old designs where it looks like, 2 mashed together, you take the markings from one, blah, blah, blah. That's neither here nor there. One side of the discourse is, what are you guys talking about? There are no similarities. They're
really?
just both whales. You don't have eyes.
It's just a photo of a real whale.
So let's look at the first. I think the next link is like Palworld Defender 1. What are people seeing? Like, there are other examples better than this. The only similarity is that they're whales. That's it. Now, can we stop with the Palworld hate and let people enjoy 2 cakes?
I don't want to be the person that's being a simp for Nintendo, but at the same time, if I'm wanting to play a new creature game, I don't just want Pokemon again.
It does feel lazy to me
Yeah.
because the draw of Palworld is how mechanically different it is from something like Pokemon.
If you've made these photorealistic animals, mechanically, it changes nothing.
It's like, you have shot yourself in the foot by having any visual similarity to Pokemon because it was already interesting enough. But, I mean, look at the eye. I mean, like, it's definitely the eye.
I just realized since we last talked about Palworld, I have a very reliable source that, and maybe this is already the consensus, that internally Palworld dev, before releasing, said there is a 100% chance we get sued. It was done in knowledge, prepared for, calculated into the plan, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking bold.
It's bold, very bold. So, the thing that's most surprising to me is, like, partially we're doing this discourse again. Two, the people who say that they're, like, the only similarity is that they are whales. That is beyond the pale incorrect.
What the fuck are you talking about?
These guys are like they're brothers.
Yeah, like
there's
you
the
could
same
say that
thing.
that's Kyogre and that's Biogre.
That's boy girl.
There's been this very adversarial community built up with Palworld against Pokemon.
Yeah.
And they're letting their defense of their favorite thing blind their eyes. like what are you talking about?
Because the common consensus and the legal consensus matter to them. Like, well, I can't like it that much. It lost a lawsuit, or I can like it. It won a lawsuit.
It's like I think that you should protect the IP of like the original artists, especially in like an AI world where like we are now in the world where you can look at TikToks, you can look at like AI art, and that evokes an artist style who the AI was trained on.
Yeah, the philosophy is bad, but application matters. Like, it is stealing from an artist that's a bad thing to do. You are stealing something that is not yours under bad circumstances to benefit yourself. That's just cut and dry. The English language is pretty fucking squishy. And really what we're talking about, there's a big difference between that and then stealing designs from a larger game. And then there's the conversation of like, well, individual artists work at Nintendo, you're stealing their art. And then it's like, okay, yeah, but are they losing their job because you stole their art? And the answer is, again, it's like this, I get this see this with AI so much where like, just as the comparison, where people make the complaint that it uses up a lot of power and that it doesn't work very well as the reason it could be unethical.
Yeah.
Those are reasons, but that's not why stealing from an artist is bad.
It's like it's
just another
the
thing.
legal stuff is like above my pay grade. I just go, that's Kyogre. This is like an uninspired design. Run it back. Do it again.
And
Like,
also posting these photos together as the reason they don't look similar is pretty funny.
oh yeah, I haven't read this one. Literally, the only thing they have in common is they're both red. Literally, look at the eye.
I'm looking at it right now.
Different color, different fin shape,
Oh, that's
different
funny.
amount of like. This is like a computer's concept of what is artistic differentiation.
Yeah. It's legally completely different.
Yeah, it's different patterns. Okay, but the patterns, like if you go back to the other image, like some of those fin patterns again are evoking.
Yeah, it's
the same-
flowier, you know?
and that's fine. But like, and then we also do have like the full model view, because you know, Kyogre's like back fins are not like a whale's fins. I don't think.
And it's
I'm
also-
pretty sure that's not. I think it's like it's based on like a whale and then something else.
They're much more like orca-y, right? Like they're just a very, very big orca. I always read Kyogre was just a giant orca as opposed to but I guess he has wings or whatever the fuck.
He's giant.
Got big fins.
Shout out Kyogre, man. What a great design.
Shout out to dude.
And that's the thing.
Scary.
When I see Kyogre, I go, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. That's iconic. And it's on the cover of, you know, Pokemon Sapphire and Alpha Sapphire. But then I see the Palworld version and I go, that's Kyogre. Yeah. I don't see a mouse and I go, that's Pikachu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's, just change it more.
If I didn't know
It doesn't matter that
Pokemon
much.
came out first, and then I saw this design, I'd be like, oh, that kind of looks like Boopadoop.
It looks like someone did like a watercolor version of like Boopadoop.
What's interesting?
Panthalus or
That's
whatever.
weird. And then someone replied, different color.
Yeah, wait, can you scroll down to different eye shape? That's not even true in most photos.
That's like putting Kyogre next to shiny Kyogre and going, they're not the same thing. It's a different color.
Yeah, see, this is crazy to me. This take is intellectually dishonest to me. Nintendrones,
Of course, there's a name.
they are exactly the same thing. Nintendrones think Nintendo invented animals.
Nintendron, dude. We can't do this again. We can't do console war, company war
It
shit
blows
again.
like it's like this blows my mind. I think that like their hatred of Nintendo, which is like I'm not like a Nintendo shill. I do love Pokemon, but we've also talked about like all these like lawsuits and stuff. And this is just wild to me. Like so there's the overview. And it looks like someone went through mechanically and made each piece different.
Yeah.
And I can still see that the soul and the framework is Kyogre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is like where that's the problem.
And is this like something that they dispute? Really?
I don't know.
I don't feel like I
Can you
never
scroll
heard
up,
a
Jack?
word from the devs about
But
this.
we're now going to go into what I think are reasonable takes. This PAL is clearly inspired by Kyogre, which isn't inherently a bad thing. However, because Palworld creatures are mostly inspired by Pokemon, it makes their designs feel pretty uninspired. Palworld's designs would greatly benefit from taking more inspiration outside of Pokemon. That's literally
From being more inspired.
And then they give some examples of other whales in video games that don't look anything like either of these things.
Oh, and they're replying to the literally the only thing they have in common one.
Yeah, like that, like I just don't understand. Like if you Google image search whales, they don't all look like Kyogre.
No, and like this only works if these are the only two games you've played. If you've only played these two and never seen art of any other kind
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's like that's Minecraft whale. Does Minecraft have a whale now?
I don't know. It might be a mod.
But
guess you
anyway,
could make one.
but it's like, yeah, Yokai Watch and Digimon have their own unique whale monsters. And that is like Digimon, like when people would compare Digimon and Pokemon when I was a kid, I was like, these have fundamentally different artistic identities.
They they're way more like personified, like when you
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah, that's like the
anthropomorphized and
aesthetic
stuff.
of Digimon
Yeah.
is much more like
Yeah, and I mean, Pokemon actually moved in that direction a little bit more, and it's been a criticism of some of the designs. But Digimon's, it's rough. There are guns, there's cannons. You know,
it's Warhammer version of Pokemon.
It's the Warhammer version. But then also the only time that Digimon and Pokemon converge to me other than when you get into weird stuff like Zygarde 100 or whatever looks a little bit like a Digimon to me.
Yes, very much.
You know
so.
what I mean? He's giving Black War Greymon a little bit to
And
me.
he's got like polygonal edges in a way that was like often in the Mega Evolved designs and stuff.
or
It's
like an Omnimon type thing. But anyway, but other than that, it's just like the baby versions, because when you're just depicting a baby, you have so little, you like have to remove so much that I think there's like more overlap in like Igglybuff and like one of the baby forms of a Digimon, simply because they're round with two eyes. And like there's only so much you can do when you're like, we're doing baby.
One eye.
But yeah, and so then we can go to this last one.
Also, I think that we're definitely seeing stronger takes from people whose job is not posting.
Yeah, because
They
these
were a
are
character
artists, and it's like 10 whale gods with color palettes and runic symbols that will not look like Kyogre made in 1 hour. And it's like,
I mean, goddamn, made it 1 hour is fucking.
you know what I mean?
sick.
It's like,
That's
and
so
it's like,
cool.
and none of these to me look like Kyogre. And I'm like, it's not that hard.
The eye is I like that bottom right one.
Yeah, wait, is it the
He's
same
chilling
person?
out.
Wait, can you scroll up? Oh yeah, look at this person. Actually, I love when somebody like shit posts online and then backs it up. I can draw 10 godly monster whales that will look nothing like Kyogre. Pick up a pen, bro, and you'll discover a whole world.
That's
That
actually
rules,
sick.
actually. All of these would have gotten the same criticism from Pokemon fans.
Maybe. And if they did, they're wrong. They would be
oh
wrong.
my god, it's like it's reductionist argument all the way down to they've reduced their own argument. They're like, anything will get criticism from Pokemon fans, and thus everything is admissible as long as eye different, color different.
Yes. And like, okay, so I guess never do anything. Never do anything, change anything, talk about anything. It's like, well, they'll complain anyway.
It's like, and that's the thing. It's like, I guess if there are Nintendo drones or whatever they call them, Nintendo fanboys, Pokemon fanboys or whatever,
Sega does what they Nintendo.
who are this way, but I think they're fighting ghosts a little bit.
100%.
Like these, I don't think these people exist the way that they.
I think they're all fighting them. The arguments that they're making to what they think other people are like them.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that you like even saying things like we hear Nintendo, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing to say that. They say it and go like, Nintendo fans are gonna freak out when they see this. It's gonna make them so mad.
It's gonna make them so mad.
'Cause I'm mad all the time.
And I love and I love it when people get mad.
That feels good to me. I don't know why. I think I'm doing pretty well. I feel happy.
I do wonder, I mean, you kind of touched on this already, but is that Palworld's? Is that what they're going for? They get free advertising essentially by
Don't hurt.
people being upset online.
I will say that like we've already gone through a wave of this, and so it continuing to happen bolsters that argument.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because I mean, if there's one time where they would decide to, well, here's the thing, right? Like, I don't think it would take immeasurably more time and money and staff and to make it much more distinct.
I know.
I just don't think that's true.
That's the weird thing.
And I'm like,
I agree.
It's almost like plagiarism and cheating happens to make the thing much easier.
This actually feels like the meme where it's like, can I borrow your homework and copy it? It's like, okay, just change a few things so it doesn't look the same. Like this actually feels like that because to me, it looks like they methodically went through and changed every individual element while keeping the essence the same.
Even the fact that it is a legend, it's their first legendary.
Yeah.
That's, if you weren't signaling it enough already, it's like if you had three choices, there's a green one, a blue one, a red one, and they're always the starting one. I mean,
I know.
There's no way they deny it, right? They just don't get involved, right? Surely.
I don't know if anything will come of this, but I just had to bring like my disbelief in how people were just saying there are no. That's the main thing that blew my mind, is that there are people confidently standing on the only similarity is that they're whales.
I just don't get it. Okay, strained comparison, but I will say I think it's a different product, comes from the same aisle as arbitrarily saying like pause. Where it's like, well, hold up, it doesn't matter. You're doing it instinctively because you are so mired in this like confrontation Twitter world. You immediately are going to like, they don't look fucking anything like. I'm like, you're still allowed to like it. You can still watch basketball if this guy paints his nails.
The crazy, no, 100%. The crazy thing to me is the more this continues to happen, the more I am developing a conspiracy theory that their artists just don't know how to use Blender or like Maya or anything. And they need to take a Pokemon model and then just pinch it and like move little parts around to make it different. Because that's like what this looks like to me.
Oh, this is like this. If you said to me like this is actually one of the earlier concepts for Kyogre, and then we realized we needed something a little punchier and easier to work in pixel art.
And those exist for Pokemon. And that's the thing. Like, because when you look at, like, if you Google, one of my favorite, like, you know, talking about how Pokemon look like fusions, the character of a design or a piece of a design may get recycled and reused. Can you Google Latios Blaziken early design? You would say that looks like a fusion of Latias and Blaziken, but it like existed before either of them did. And then they like were able to, because Ken Sugimori is like such a talented artist, is able to like peel those things apart and say, oh, I'll use these elements from this and these elements from that.
Yeah, he's seeing the statue inside the marble or whatever, right? Like that's the skill from scratch. Not to mention, like, it is so crazy to think that there is a style to Pokemon that it's kind of like how like before Tolkien, we even reference elves or like dwarves in the same universe, and now it's like, well, that's just what fantasy is. It's being like, oh, this thing kind of looks like Pokemon, and like like how Dragon Quest looks like Dragon Ball. Well, yeah, because no one made stuff that looked like that, and then the guy made it.
And then he has such a specific art style that like no one other than the people trying to recreate his exact art style have.
Yeah.
Which is
why they hired, you know.
Yeah,
he had to do it.
But then also there are Pokemon designs where it's like some Pokemon look similar because they have the same type of eye. And it's because it's like, okay, well, you know,
It's an animal.
we have to do hundreds of these. And Ken Sugimori designed so many of them straight up.
We can only make so many teapots.
Yeah. No, literally, they opted in to make more teapots. We have Sinistea, we have Poltegeist. Now we need Polchageist and Sinistra. By the way, I don't know what the opinion of some of the Rotom forms was when they first came out, but in 2026, I look at those Rotoms, I'm like, this rules. Can you look up Rotom Wash? It's like Rotom turning into electrical appliances.
Yeah, I saw the lawnmower yesterday for the first time.
Yeah. I love them. Like Pokemon having this electric Pokemon that turns into basically every appliance, including like the Rotom phone in the games, and then
he turns into like your Pokedex.
Yeah, he turns into your Pokedex.
And like Sun and Moon, he like talks to you down there. Like,
yeah,
it's like your little like tip.
Yeah,
buddy.
Rotom Heat, dude.
Could he turn into
Watch out.
a beautiful wife, perhaps?
No.
Okay.